Welcome to the 2024 spring split of the LCS Challengers League. This spring will feature 10 teams competing in a single round-robin best-of-3 format, and for the first time ever, we'll be implementing Fearless Drafts. If you're not familiar, Fearless Draft adds a new twist to pick and ban. Once a champion is picked by a team in the series, it cannot be picked by them again. So if Team A drafts Teemo in Game 1, they cannot play Teemo for the rest of the series. Team B could pick Teemo in Game 2, but then wouldn't be able to play him in Game 3. And like LCS, all games will be played on the live patch, so you can take what you see from the games and try them out on your own. The top 8 teams from our regular season advance to the NACL playoffs, which will feature a double elimination bracket with a mix of best-of-3 and best-of-5 matches. Alongside the NACL are 2 qualifier tournaments, which will also feature Fearless Drafts on the live patch. The bottom 2 teams from the NACL regular season will compete against the top 4 teams from the qualifiers in a promotion tournament, battling in a double elimination bracket to qualify into the NACL in summer 2024. All LCS Challengers League games and coverage will be available on twitch.tv/LCS_challengers, with matches starting right after the LCS. And as a reminder, with team revenue shares, every sub in Twitch Prime directly supports the teams and players. Another split of Challengers League begins right now, and we can't wait to see you there.
Josh, I hope you brought a sleeping bag. I hope you brought all your,
Why'd I be asleep?
We're going to need a lot of things right now. We're going to be here for a long time. We got to bring the tent. We got to bring the campfire. We've had 2 40-minute bangers back to back, Josh. Now we got one more game.
We're not done. We're not done. We got to get into our best-of-3 Subway sidekick coming through. Remember, they do have footlongs for cookies, churros, and pretzels. Make sure you go pick one up for yourself. But for now, we got to talk about what this means for the rest of our draft and the picks that reflects upon and what we are hoping to see as our sidekicks for Game 3. And the big one that I'm really hoping to see come out yet again, I really want to see what Sajid does on Smolder. We got to see that Aaron had a good game, but so far this series, Aaron has kind of had his number 2 games in a row. Admittedly, in the second game, he had a bit of a head start going into that one, but if you give him something like a Smolder where he can better scale into the rest of the game, I think it'll give FlyQuest a really good chance of taking this next one.
I love that as an answer because I've talked with Sajid, and he said he has been practicing it. It's something they have brought out in scrims, so it is in his wheelhouse. It's something that FlyQuest, he said, don't be surprised if we play it tomorrow, which, now we're on the game, so Smolder would be a good one.
I can't believe you're just like leaking scrims like that, though. I can't believe that one of our 80 carriers would be playing the most meta 80 carry at the moment. Absolutely ridiculous.
How could I? Just being a canary right now, man. Just parodying everything. But no,
we've already gone on my sidekick. What's your sidekick?
I was trying to say my sidekick. All right, all right. I'm going back to the predictable one, which is going to be the Senna. And
that's fair.
The main reason for it is, again, 2021, Doxa was on Winthrop. He won the CLOL championship. I kind of became a Doxa fanboy after that, so I just want to see some old Doxa champs from the Winthrop days, man. I know he's not going to pick something like Zed support. I know that's not the route he wants to go, but still, we got to see the Yasuo once. What else is there, man? Come on.
That's a good point. I remember one of the old sidekicks we used to see was the Busio Yasuo back when he was playing on 100 Thieves, and now it is yet again a thing where, like, but it really depends. It depends so much on the pilot, right? I remember in particular, Team Liquid Academy try and play the Yasuo from Yana. It's just like, guys, please, this is not working. I think he lost 4 games trying to play it, but with those 2 sidekicks, we do have the Senna coming through and the Smolder. I think there is a bit of a time for one more shout out, and it is Quacker on the Darius. I think this will give them a really good opportunity to play towards the top side of the map. Now, admittedly, the reason why they haven't been picking it is because they have not had an opportunity to pick it. With FlyQuest going towards the red side here for Game 3, they're unlikely to be having an opportunity to pick it yet again. But these are still another opportunity for Wildcard to deliver FlyQuest their first series loss of the entire season.
I would love to see it. The Darius Quacker is very, very good on it. I talked with him before. He said he mostly just likes champions that can get in your face, that you press Ghost, and you just run at them full speed, and Darius is one of them. It's in fact why he had a little like mini rivalry of Dragoon, because they were the only 2 Darius players. But yeah, that champion, a lot of fun. As we start to try and break down what is potentially going to be picked, let's go ahead and pull up the picks that I've gone through so far, again, this is Fearless Draft, so if you pick a champion, your team cannot pick that champ again, so that's why we have these champions on the table right now.
Raise Riot, no Kasante, no Xinjiao this game from either team. We've already exhausted that on both sides of the map. That means we get to see some new picks coming through. John Riot doing God's work out here for the rest of us, but we still have a lot of things. The Azir has been not picked a couple of times. Orion has only been picked by one side of the matchup. And as we jump into the draft, with FlyQuest on the red side, I'm hoping we're going to see a better look. Because even though he got the counter pick that time, he didn't do a whole lot. And he kind of put buries himself by staying too long in the level 1, trying to find the kill onto Doxa.
The ruining your day, Josh. You wanted the smoter on Sajid while they were watching the stream.
Ah!
Said, nah. Oh, why mine too? Come on,
all right,
let me have Senna.
Watch Wildcard, like, they will ban Darius here in just a sec, right? Like, FlyQuest makes sure that nobody's going to be having any fun, and they might actually ban the Ashe here as well, considering that they picked Ashe, so they cannot pick it, but we do know that Wildcard still has the opportunity to pick it if they want to.
Yeah. It could be something that FlyQuest look to ban away alongside the Darius, or if they go for the Kalista, which they've been banning away normally on top of the Darius.
Yeah.
So, well, there goes another ban, and I'm waiting for my hopes to be dashed. Rumble ban away, really good. Surdy has been practicing that a lot in the offseason, and definitely has become very capable on the champion. But one more, cross your fingers, Josh. Cross them. Let's just hope. Let's just hope
Darius,
he gets through.
I have to imagine there's probably a Darius ban coming through from FlyQuest. They've banned 2 games in a row so far. It is one of the most banned things going into Wildcard in general, and it also allows Surdy to play the Oud here if they do want to go for it, and it is, unfortunately, all of our sidekicks banned this time around, so Wildcard will be looking for an opportunity to pick up something. I would not be surprised if this was an Ashe as kind of one of the best other characters. There's no way we're just blinding Olaf first.
I'm gonna hold my breath on this. if someone really does do it, it's Quacker. He would be very, very willing to just blind whatever Olaf or Darius into the top lane. But I like this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Gonna have some map presence. I have a tanky front line. It is Maokai.
A little bit surprised that they're choosing to go for the Maokai instead of the Vi, which is a little bit more of a winning champion in my mind, but it does create a lot of situations where FlyQuest now no longer really want to actually go for a front-to-back style of game plan, just because Maokai kind of wins those by default a lot of the time. Just having the massive ultimate go across and just getting the roots down onto so many different members has been pivotal. And when push comes to shove, we know we got to get the Birdman coming through. It is still going to be Quad playing this here in the mid lane and locking down everything. Quad has been probably the single best Azir player that we have had in Challengers League so far.
Yeah. And that's going to be paired up with Rel on top of it. So now we have some great team fight ultimates that FlyQuest can bring to the dance this time. One of the problems we were kind of having with FlyQuest is they couldn't get past that front line of Wildcard last time. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of disorder and disarray that's been drafted for FlyQuest in the same scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been interesting, right? One of the biggest criticisms I've had of FlyQuest so far this series is the fact that they're opting into front-to-back teamfights every single time in a situation where the front-to-back teamfights do not favor them. So they have to just be that much better than their opponents. They have to be that much better at identifying the correct options and then also outplaying them once the fights actually start. As the Fearless gets picked up here for Aaron, it's not where quite as good as it used to be, but it's still a very meta selection here. It'll allow Wildcard to continue playing this front-to-back style, and the Melio only exacerbates that.
Grabbing the Melio, it also provides a lot of appeal and protection for this Aphelios, which is, whenever I see Aphelios drafted, that's one of the things I really, really do want. Just the protection to get this Aphelios towards the later stages of the game, where Aaron can pop off. So Melio, as well as the Maokai, to give a pretty strong safety net over to this Aphelios lock-in. Now we got one more coming out of FlyQuest, and it's one of those counters that people like taking, hook champions into Melio, so we have Blitzcrank.
It makes sense. We saw Doxa have an okay game on the Blitzcrank. He was able to find them onto Sajid and Chime a fair amount later on into the game. This time it's going to be Chime bringing it to the forefront. And there's a lot of tools on the side of FlyQuest, but the big thing that they're missing right now is with only Azir, they're a little bit low damage coming into this one. And I do like the Olaf ban once again coming out on the side for FlyQuest. Make sure that Quacker does not have any of these Prez Ghost champions and run at them. And it would be difficult as well for them to deal with it with only Azir, because you have to get the wall up before he actually starts popping the Ragnarok. Otherwise, he's going to run right on through and give your backline a huge headache.
So as the final bans do come through, let's take a look at where everything is situated. So far, I mean, you can flex around the rail, but the Blitzcrank has shown that that is going to go into the jungle with the Azir as well. So we're going to be looking for the solo lanes of FlyQuest. They do have that red side, which then again enables Surdy to get the counter pick against Quacker for this next stage. So taking away some of Quacker's power champs is going to be the name of the game for FlyQuest in this draft, as well as the Tristana getting taken away. That's an interesting. I don't think I've seen Dark Wings on it too much. I'm not sure.
Played
about
it a couple
Aaron.
times.
Okay.
Yeah, he's okay. He's definitely shown some proficiency on it, and it is a very tough matchup for the Azir. Now, I'm trying to think of what the natural counter pick here for Dark Wings is into the Azir, because normally most players will go towards the Orianna, but that is banned and died. And it's going to be Dark Wings' first choice as well. A lot of players also like going towards the Hui or the Akali, but I'm not sure that either of those are particularly Darkwings champions. I imagine the Hui would be a little bit better than the Akali for Darkwings, because I don't really see him play that unless it is blatantly broken.
Okay, some interesting hovers coming out from Sajed so far. Would be okay. So we are going with the Misfortune. This is something I believe Maryville's first game. They pulled out the Misfortune with a wombo combo they had alongside it to kind of just hold down everyone and keep them contained. I think it was a J4 that was paired with this. How do you feel about the Misfortune into this composition so far, Josh?
I really like the lane. The Misfortune Blitzcrank does have a lot of tools, because Aphelios really only has the ability to auto attack. You have an ability to just do damage that is largely uncontested from Aaron. And so once again, FlyQuest do have a bottom side of the map that can be very aggressive, but the dives are a little bit difficult because they don't have a lot of damage going for the dives themselves. Now, from the top side of the map, we do see Renekton, a little bit of a throwback coming out for Quacker. It has not been particularly popular this year, and it is going to be the Victor coming into the mid lane. Not a huge fan of that one, to be honest. Like, Darkwings has an okay Victor, but Victor is just not particularly strong at the moment. Like, he's not weak, but he's just like not great in a lot of these engagements unless you're trying to play a front to back. And so Wildcard, this might be the first time where we actually see a Wildcard composition where their front to back is still winning, but is very unwieldy. And the biggest problem that they're going to have right now is the only real crowd control that they have is Winnie flash Wing onto a target.
Yeah, I have more worries for Wildcard. When I see Quacker on the Renekton, I don't really get that excited. I don't know if you remember too much about his Renekton from last year. He played 13 games of it and only had a 30% win rate. It wasn't a good champion for him to really try and make things work over there in the top lane. So
yeah,
and against an opponent as difficult as Surdy, yeah, he got the better of him in last game, which was awesome. This still has sweat on my brow coming in for Wildcard's top side.
I mean, I do like the Gnar. Gnar is my favorite champion. You got him hiding behind, hiding behind all the other plushies we got up here. But it is.
What's your favorite
an
Gnar
interesting
quote?
spot? Yamaglio.
No, you got to say it in his voice though.
Oh gosh, Yamaglio.
All right,
that's the best you're going to be getting. Unfortunately, he does not say that going into the
wanted, man.
That's what you asked for.
That's my bad.
That's what Gnar sounds like, or at least my best impression of it. I'm not a very good impressionist, but I'm a little bit surprised because Surdy's normal counter pick into Renekton has been the Kennen, and the Kennen definitely is a bit of a stronger pick, but I think FlyQuest were worried that they would be too low on physical damage if they went that direction, because you already have the Azir. Misfortune does a fair amount of magic damage as well, so as we start going into this upcoming fight, it is definitely a position where Surdy should be expected to win this top side, unless Winnie comes top lane, which I don't think he's done a single time in the series.
No, Winnie has, gone to the store and got a tent, all the stuff we were talking about earlier, and just set that up over into the bottom lane. That's been his main focus, just trying to shut down Sajed. And as well as trying to outpace what Shaden's been doing on the map. I think Shaden's been doing, not Shaden, Winnie's been doing a decent job so far, but it is a new approach with it being on the Maokai this time.
Yeah, I mean, he still has, like, the point-and-click gap closer, effectively. He can do quite a bit of damage, but this is going to be the first time as well in this series where neither side is going for an invade. Just a little bit of vision going back and forth, and Winnie doing his best to make sure he hides where his starting spot is going to be, knowing that there was a little bit of a vision going down on the other side. What Shaden, in full information to the enemy team, does mean that Winnie will have the opportunity to do something a little bit inventive, because both of these guys, both of these characters will take forever to kill the opponent.
And both of them like taking spicier routes for the most part. We've seen not Shaden. Why do I keep saying Shaden when I mean Winnie? We've seen Winnie do a couple of paths that are very, very aggressive. I remember one was he cleared his red into Raptors into Gromp and just ganked bottom immediately when he was starting on red side. So you never know what Winnie's really going to go for when he's trying to square up his route.
Yeah. But it is still a spot where they are both going for a very high efficiency clear in terms of what they are trying to do. But because Winnie does get spotted out clearing his own Raptors, this is information over to FlyQuest. And as Aaron and Doxa start off the game trying to get this bounce off in order to create some safety for their side of the map and some unsafety for the side of Sajek and Chime, it is going to be a different path coming through from Shaden. And that ward is not in the brush.
We did talk about it there. Oh, wow. Wow, it's right on the edge. You're not kidding, Josh. Here comes Shaden, looking to take down Quacker. Surdy takes a lot of damage, flashes forward, trying to use the slice and dice, but he will not get away. The croc drops. Surdy gets first blood.
There you go, Surdy with the flash. This is really big. We know Shaden was more willing to go towards the top side of the map than Winnie ever was, but Winnie is not done. He's going for an invade with all the priority his bottom lane has provided him. And Shaden, I mean, he should know that Winnie did not pick up his own blue buff, and they can use the priority that Surdy has generated.
Oh, here comes Quacker. He's trying to return fire onto Surdy. Surdy playing around these minions.
Oh,
no,
Quacker.
He cannot die right now. You don't have teleport. That is doom and gloom, Josh.
Oh my gosh, if the Q, it was less than a second left on the cooldown. If he gets that off, he gets the kill, he gets the HP to turn it around onto Shaden too. He tries to stretch his limits, but now he puts himself in the dirt in this game. Quacker burying himself in this one.
He is deep in the red. He just teleports back instantly. Dead off of a play that he made, which means he's missing these minions. It's crashing into the tower. Now a fight breaking out over between our junglers. Shaden spotting out Winnie, just trying to kick him out from all the camps that he's thrown away. But now here comes a hook from Chime, beautifully landed on Aaron. Aaron now able to cover some ground, gets the root right back, but a nice hook from Chime.
Yeah, really good. Using the minion dematerializer, it's not only killing the minion, but also being a countdown, so you know when to actually throw out the hook. Really good tech coming through from Chime, gets the ghost out from Aaron, and a big HP trade across the board as well. But now Shaden moving towards the top side once again. The ward coming through for Quacker's in the wrong place.
Oh, they're after Quacker. Quacker could not go 3 times in a row. Dying this early would be absolutely cataclysmic. It's already so bad for his lane, man.
Yeah, look at his HP and also, oh, another good hook.
Chime with these techs, legendary, man. Puts the pressure on Aaron.
Oh man, doing a little dance in the lane as well. I don't know who got that. It looks like, I think Winnie got that, but still going towards top lane. Quacker is absolutely buried in this game. Can't do anything. His wave's in a terrible spot. This matchup is not good. He knows that Shaden is still hovering around trying to get all of these grubs. And even if Winnie comes top lane, it's a 2v2 that Surdy and Shaden are easily winning.
Oh yeah. This has been a phenomenal lead set by Surdy. And 2 kills up so far now. Ooh, Doxa almost in a bad spot. Shaden getting engaged on Darkwings, who's coming up, so now advantage goes over to Wildcard. Shaden creates some distance, has to flash out. Surdy might be in a bad way, able to get the Goomba Stomp onto Quacker. Will find himself underneath the tower, but he loses his jungler in the process.
There you go. Doesn't matter how the 2v2 goes. If it's a 3v2, is now Surdy going to try and hold this, but Darklings making sure that the freeze does not come through. At least his top laner will be able to farm in the near future. But Wildcard firing back a little bit. They do stop all 3 of the grubs at the beginning. Ooh, Darkwings. That was a bit bold. I probably would have tried to kill him there, not going to lie.
Darkwings has been at least an interesting addition to this Wildcard roster. I mean, for the most part, he is a stable mid laner. One of the biggest problems is every now and then he tends to get picked out a bit. Let's take a look at this as Darkwings. He does roam up this time, and this is what enables Wildcard to go for this play.
Yeah, because Shaden spent so much time up on the top side, he is down a level going into Winnie because Winnie got to farm all of Shaden's jungle. And then after that, he just does this really, really slow, and he doesn't really have a whole lot of other places to be on the map because all of his own camps were previously cleared. And now FlyQuest, they're trying to make another play onto the bottom side of the map. They have done their due diligence. 30 should be okay. Time not able to find a hook.
Getting knocked back by Doxa. But it still isolates this bottom lane far away from the minion wave. Is crashing into the tower, so... Oh no, able to pull the wave away, Sajed. This denies even more. Wildcard's bot lane's having a rough time.
Yeah, I mean, Wildcard's bot lane is still doing just fine in this lane. They've been able to navigate it quite well, even with the hooks that Chime has put out. The double range has been helping out quite a bit, but at this point, they are bringing Winnie down. Chime doesn't know that just quite yet. Does not land the soccer ball, and so Chime and Sajid should be okay, but they're probably going to go for another hook in a sec.
I think Chime realizes something's up. I mean, this lane was just completely absent until just a moment ago, so now spotting out Winnie thanks to Shaden being in the river. Fight over the Scuttle Crab. Winnie's able to get it thanks to the Smite. Control of the river belongs to Wildcard for the time being.
Yeah, and Winnie... I mean, with level 6 at this point, Shaden does have to be very careful. He did go down previously to Dark Wings and did have to give up his flash as well. You don't need a ton of money, but Surdy goes in.
Forces out the dominance out of Quacker. Quacker still goes forward to get a little bit more chip damage in. I mean, Ruthless Predator, you are able to get that stun, especially if you're fully stacked on Fury. It does quite a bit of damage.
But more importantly, even more than forcing the dominance, you actually force Quacker away from minions, and the freeze is absolutely devastating. 30, 40 CS nearly in advantage coming up for Surdy already. I remember back when we used to talk about what the Flame Horizon was in the first place, it's because Flame would do this to other players, right? Flame would put them in such a position where they were not able to farm, and the Flame Horizon was mostly about the fact that you start getting a 100 CS lead by about 20 minutes. That's something that Surdy can actually potentially play for in 2024. This was something that happened nearly a decade ago at this point.
That's the result of the play that happened earlier. Quacker's failed teleport really put him in a bad spot. And FlyQuest still looking to capitalize. Nice flash away from Quacker to get away from the stun. That would have been his demise right there. We'll give them the thumbs up while FlyQuest sieging away on the tower. We'll be able to take the plate. Still chasing through is going to be Surdy, and Quacker might have stayed a little bit too long. One more auto gets found. The lance pierces true, and Shaden gets the kill.
Really respect the flash coming out from Surdy as well. He knows that Quacker is going to try and turn onto him because Mini Gnar does not have a whole lot of defensive stats. That is even more CS being lost to the top side of the map. Quacker can teleport back if he wants to, but the fact that Surdy is so far ahead in this game once again gives us shades of what we saw in Game 1, where he was able to find solo tiers, where he was able to find a lead, and at the very end of the game, he was the one that had the clutch knockup on multiple members of Wildcard in order to find that one. And now FlyQuest, once again, they do have a small lead. This is much more of a standard game that we are used to seeing rather than what we have been seeing so far in this series itself. We know FlyQuest, when it comes to standard gameplay, should be head and shoulders above Wildcard.
And I don't see many windows of opportunity from this composition drafted by Wildcard to kind of cheese something back out. This is the most standard that we've seen from Wildcard in the series thus far, but it's not something that has, I mean, that many avenues to really find a comeback and redeem themselves from this lead that FlyQuest are starting to slowly build up.
Yeah, I definitely think the Fearless Draft hurts Wildcard more than it hurts most of the teams in the league, just because of, as you said, they kind of need certain picks to go their way, and now as they look towards the bottom side of the map, Shaden and Chime.
There we go. Chime comes in with the hook, rocket grab, forces out the flash of Aaron. The plant lane's just going to slow Shaden down as he makes his exit.
Shaden does need to be a little bit careful, though. He could get pinched here by Winnie. That's why he's looking to W over the wall. Says, oh, yep, there he is. We are out of here. Thank you for everything. Have a nice day. But Winnie, not content to just let him go uncontested into his own side of the jungle.
Here comes Chime again, looking for another hook. Lands onto Doxa, and all that damage coming through is so much to handle. Returning fire will be Aaron. Forces Sajed to flash away.
Watch Shaden, though. He's getting run down by Winnie. Not going to matter at all, but Sajid there, I mean, going for the ultimate instead of just going for the auto attack to try and pick up Dox, it does mean that it is just a trade of summoner spells. Shaden, you don't have the rest of your team there anymore.
Don't want to have one of those over-aggressive moments. Saw it happen earlier in the series. It is kind of a flaw of Shaden. He sees fights, wants to take them, wants to play the game as fast as possible. Kind of similar to Winnie in that regard for how they play, but Shaden this time will not go for it. But next time, knows what will happen, Josh.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look at this, though, as well. Sturdy already with 2 plates done. Quacker with no teleport available. And Sturdy will be able to stay in this lane and get another plate at the very least. But everybody's coming forward to stop side of the map to play for the grubs.
Shaden walks up onto Darkwings.
No Quacker.
Yeah, that's still 3 levels ahead the Darkwings is going to be, so it's not going to be the most impactful rel in the 1v1 versus these two. Wildcard will hold pretty easy control over the Void Grubs. FlyQuest just forced to watch.
The other big thing, though, that is really dangerous right now with these current lane assignments is Sajid. Oh, he's going.
Oh, a nice hook over the wall. They read the path that Darkwings was going to take, and Chime puts in the hook.
I have a very, very good stuff coming out from FlyQuest to find that pick on the way back. And FlyQuest, I was going to say, it is a danger for Sajid to go into Quacker right now, even with how far behind Quacker is. It is Renekton into an 80 carry. Here comes a play as Sajid trying to redeem himself.
Teleport coming through. Going to join in. Will be Surdy. Now Chime waiting for the rocket grab on the right person. Aaron falls to about half health. Chime looking to grab him, but the minions are right there in the way. Grab goes out, lands onto nothing. Winnie body blocking, holding the line for the rest of Wildcard, and FlyQuest unable to get the kill.
FlyQuest still going to be moving in. They're going to be able to pick up at least 1 plate for themselves here, probably a second one. Wildcard, they're choosing to stick around. Sturdy goes in.
Sturdy uses the ultimate. There's the wombo combo, but it gets interrupted thanks to Winnie. He's able to put that Bramble Smash through. Kill still secured as Aaron will fall.
And we also see Quad moving down to the bottom side in order to make sure that Quacker does not get too much off of this rotation coming through from the FlyQuest top laner. They're going to get this entire top lane turret before plays do end up going down. That is a huge amount of money going in. And let's actually take a look here in just a sec at how far ahead Sturdy is of his lane opponent at this point. 6.3. 3.9. Over 2,000 gold in the lead. Quacker, poorer than his jungler. It is not supposed to happen unless the junglers are getting a lot of kills. This is a huge lead coming up for FlyQuest top lane once again. We've gotten to see both sides of the Sturdy coin.
Yeah, Quacker. Not looking like the Gator he was meant to be in this matchup versus Sturdy. Sturdy, so good right now, so far ahead, so much econ, and FlyQuest can really play around this, but look at that damage coming out from Darkwings. Almost gets the one-tap on the Solid Shed. Meanwhile, over the wall, Sturdy is able to go on a rampage, taking down Doxa. Aaron and Winnie go for the retreat. Quad will find Darkwings. Now here comes Sturdy with the chase.
The flash.
There's the slow. He's got the Meganar ultimate, and you are just food for Sturdy. Throws a house at him. Unstoppable.
They're still chasing.
Oh yeah, the fight will not end. Quad over the wall, and it's just a cleanup crew. FlyQuest getting every kill they want.
Surely this game is no longer a 50-50. Surely, right?
Surely.
FlyQuest, they had a 6,000 gold lead, but that was after 20 minutes. This is now a 5,000 gold lead at 15 minutes into the game. Yes, Quacker will get some much needed income by taking down this turret, but that's because 4 of his teammates died. They're going to be giving over the Rift Herald to FlyQuest as well. And 3 kills onto Quad, 5 kills onto Sturdy. He's more than an entire item ahead of the Renekton at this point.
It's Sturdy time. 5-0-1. He is terrifying on this Gnar. And unfortunately for Quacker, I mean, the only thing you're really getting is that turret, and that might be the last big piece of pie that you even get on this map. Quacker's staying. Chime is there, and Quacker's realizing he has no choice but to fight. Ruthless Predator on Sturdy, who goes into Mega. The damage is so big, though. Chasing him down is going to be Sturdy, but the rest of Wildcard are able to show up. The
big money.
Found. Sturdy hasn't taken down Quacker. Instead, Sturdy is now going to be the hunted, and the kill found by Darkwings as Wildcard respond to the bot lane faster than FlyQuest.
Yeah, not doing the due diligence coming up from the side of FlyQuest does mean they give over a huge shutdown and 2 kills over to Darkwings, who now is getting rapidly towards finishing all of his Victor bucks in this game. He'll get so much more power. The Chaos Storm will be faster, and it will be a second Dragon over the side of Wildcard as well. But a teleport comes through. It is revenge hunting for Quad.
Quad's coming up. 2k health remains. Shaden is getting pinched. Shaden needs to buy time right now for Quad to join the fray. There comes Amber's to fight. The wombo combo is so deadly. It melts them like a hot knife through butter, and FlyQuest reclaim the map.
And they get the dragon as well. Oh, I thought that was just going to be a hook coming through, looking for Dox, but not going to find it. FlyQuest reassert themselves on this map once again. The 5,000 gold lead remains close to what it was before, and now Quad, he got the second tier turret top lane. That's 2 kills effectively going over to him. Now he's going to have some time to wail away on the bottom turret as well. There's a lot of extra money going over into the hands of the Azir in particular, who has not really necessarily been doing any kind of damage like we have been or we will be expecting later on. It is only a taste of what we should be expecting from Quad.
Yeah, keep in mind, turret in the top lane was taken by Quad. Let's pull up that gold once again, and now it's Quad who's in the lead, 8.3k. Almost has a full 1,000 on top of Darkwing's, his lane opponent. So Quad has been feasting. He's been eating quite well in this game so far, and we're going to see the benefits of that reaped as we get later in.
Oh,
That Chime's able to get a hook. Next to the blast plant, though. Now the rest of FlyQuest starting to regroup as Winnie realizes he's walked into the danger zone. Winnie starts to back off, but a teleport has been channeled from Surdy. Surdy is close to that Meganar form, and Winnie's going down. Quacker on the run. Once again, hunting the duck. Sajed can't get close enough to make it rain, but they're happy taking down the jungler. They've chopped the tree. Doxa, that's a little bit too close. Will get pushed away. Wildcard lose another.
But still in the mid lane, this Rift Herald is going to crash. They're going to be getting another objective off the map. This is more money going over into the hands of FlyQuest, and they are taking the maximum every single time they get one of these kills. They're doing more damage to structures. They're getting... Oh. Alright, he's fine. I sometimes forget how far you actually fly when you actually affect.
Yeah. No. I every time you hold your breath on that, I do too, because in the first week we had people who died doing that. So I don't blame you at all, man.
Yeah. But still, FlyQuest now nearly 7,000 advantage. And Winnie, you are alone, but FlyQuest doesn't know that. But as soon as Quad's like, wait a second, where are the rest of his friends? Suddenly Winnie loses half of his HP, just a few auto attacks. At the same time, the other side of the map, Surdy completely uncontested, should be able to pick up this turret as Darkwing slowly makes their way over, but this demolish doesn't work.
Wait a minute, where are your resistances? 3 autos and you're almost dead? Let's take this. All right, Surdy. Bot lane will be able to claim another tower for himself, exponentiating that gold lead even more for FlyQuest. That's gone all the way to 7k. FlyQuest, this rift really does belong to them. I feel weird about saying that because the last time I said that was game 1, and we had to pause, and suddenly we were flipping coins. But for the most part, I do feel pretty confident in the compositions locked in. Wildcard doesn't have the best comeback potential like they did in game 1.
Exactly. They have a lot of damage if they can get there between the Victor and the Aphelios, but their ability to dictate how fights start is not really their own. That is mostly something that FlyQuest can do.
Here comes another hook from Chime. Winnie is getting locked down, goes on to Shaden, but Shaden's happy to be in there with the Magnet Storm. Now Quad follows on to Quacker. Soldiers rise up, and Quacker will flash away as FlyQuest chase onto Wildcard and turn onto the Baron.
Yeah, I was expecting Sajid to throw out the bullet time, but this is good enough. They're trying to get people to teleport out. Darkwings does have it, goes towards the mid lane. And Winnie still has his ultimate as well. Here comes the turn.
Oh, here comes Chime as well. Chime not going to land the rocket grab, so as the cooldown coming through, as Meganar is now available for Surdy. Surdy wants to turn and burn. The health bars are a bit too low for FlyQuest. Too many people at the halfway point, so Wildcard are able to assert their authority towards the Baron.
Yeah, too ambitious coming out from the side of FlyQuest, trying to go for that engage. And Surdy running out of Mega. At this point, he's just like a bad A to carry.
Watch Chime, he's able to land it. Quacker goes down to the blink of an eye. Out comes the bullet time. Darkwings falls to half health. And Surdy going to start throwing out that boomerang. Slow lands onto Darkwings. But there's no front line for FlyQuest right now, so Wildcard will get off, losing only 1.
Yeah, Surdy takes a bit of damage, does lose the Sterix Gauge. I think that's still what it's called in this, I want to say edition, this season. This is, okay, Wildcard. It's on Vision.
There you go.
It's on Vision.
Surdy's there. It's on Vision. FlyQuest are quickly racing into that direction, and they're slow. This is not a fast Baron take. You have no chance of taking this. Teleports are coming in. This is the end for Wildcard. I don't see them fighting this, and FlyQuest don't either. Magnet Storm onto the backline. Doxa gets pulled in. Quacker tries to fight it out with the Emperor, but the throne belongs to Quad. And Wildcard on full retreat. Sure, you took a chunk out of Surdy, but now you got Shaden. Now you got Sajid. Now you got Chime. As another hook comes in, it finds the money. Oh, FlyQuest able to reap the rewards of that team fight. Still, Darkwings returns one. But FlyQuest, even with the blinking health bars, they might go for a little bit more. Surdy scoots on up, has the Meganar available. Still going to be a trade over on the top side, but FlyQuest will take the team fight. Delayed ace.
Everybody dies. Everybody ends up dying inside of Wildcard. There's so many deaths. Sajid and Surdy, the only person to walk away from that without losing their lives. And they are just continuing to stack up more and more money. Nearly 8,000 gold in the lead for FlyQuest at this point. They can get over to the Cloud Dragon. They will get there first. They will make sure that Wildcard do not get any more objectives for the rest of the game. You got to respect Wildcard for being like, I wonder if they're looking at the Baron. Unfortunately, the classic Wildcard play of trying to sneak it out from underneath their opponent's nose does not work. There is vision on the objective. And whoever stops Quad here, I think it is Doxa there with the soccer ball, saves the game as much as it could possibly be saved, right? The fact that Quad does not scoop 3 people into the bullet time does mean that at least they will get a couple kills back.
You see Darkwings trying his absolute best. He still gets, I believe, 2 kills in the grand scheme of this team fight. As you can see other members going down.
Yeah.
I mean, for Darkwings, he really is the damage of this squad right now. That's been the case for a lot of wildcard games. In fact, I mean, Darkwings usually averages around 36% of a damage share, which is incredibly high for a mid lane. Now look at this, the fight going over. Quad's happy to take this one. Aaron doesn't want any piece of it. Turning around is going to be winning. Gets the shutdown onto Quad, and Wildcard find themselves a pick.
Okay, that's going to be Darkwings picking up another turret of gold as well. We see if there was a fight down here in the bottom lane, which should result in Surdy being uncontested for this turret yet again. As Surdy, this is something that Wildcard has struggled with in the past, is their ability to deal with strong side laners. At this point, Surdy is completely uncontested. This is the second turret he's gotten entirely to himself, and now they're looking for Darkwings, the only strong member of Wildcard.
Darkwings is not going to get away. He does not have flash available. Sajid is here, and there's 4 members dancing all around him, getting knocked right in. Gravitational field means that Darkwing still gets one back. You know, that death cap, Leandries, he does have damage, but not going to survive that onslaught. Still 1-for-1 trade.
Good work from Wildcard to also pick up the mid lane turret at the same time. Gold has shrunk a little bit, still 6,000 gold in favor of FlyQuest, but as soon as they get one of these picks without trading someone back, that's when you know they're going to start going for the Baron, and they do it so quickly. Between Misfortune, Gnar, and the Azir, they were going to crush down the health bar so quickly, and Wildcard, if they're out of position, as they are wont to be, it is a terrible position for Wildcard to try and come back into this game.
FlyQuest now coming out onto the map. They will be setting up around the Baron for the time being, getting their deep vision over there, trying to utilize the Fog of War and the Blitzcrank combo. And some of these, of course, flank angles that they can take with the Gnar. No vision afforded over. Winnie's got to be careful scouting out this side of the map.
The one small good thing coming through for Wildcard is the fact that Surdy does not currently have teleport, so the split push is not a threat at the moment. But as soon as Surdy has access to that teleport, again, you know Quacker is going to be spending his entire time back towards his own bottom lane inhibitor turret. And FlyQuest, as they move in, establishing vision control. We saw what happened when Doxa had this kind of control.
It's a good chunk out of Chime. Chime trying to get in position to snag someone. It's going to be Doxa who gets caught out. Surdy goes on a killing spree. Down a support is going to be Wildcard, and this should be Baron for FlyQuest.
At least they're going to start hitting it. They're going to demand that Wildcard moves over. They got to clear any of this vision here. They are going to be pulling. It's fast. It's very fast.
All right, teleport from Quacker. 7k health remains. It's only Surdy who's still attacking. Quad and Sajid begin to pull off. Potentially looking for the fight. Winnie Still not close enough to attempt to steal right now. 3k health remains. He might go for it. Over the wall comes Shaden. Baron's going to be secured. Now Quacker getting pulled in by Surdy. Still deep in the pit. Quacker goes in. He wants to find them all. It's fish in a barrel, but he's the one who gets shot down. Sajed goes unstoppable, and Winnie tries to turn it around. Stunned up, launched towards the skies, and a victim to Chime he will be. As Aaron heads away, so does Darkwings. FlyQuest are getting everything they want. They might be able to find more, though, as a flank comes out from Chime. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to go. FlyQuest have your number. Shaden follows through. So does Surdy, and Doxa forced to go the way of all his teammates into the gray screen. It's an ace for FlyQuest.
He just respawned to a FlyQuest 10,000 gold in the lead. We were wondering where this clean gameplay from FlyQuest was going to be coming from, but it finally comes through. It comes from control of the top side. Surdy getting that first kill, and then also immediately getting a second kill onto Quacker has meant that it has been a very one-sided affair up in the top side. Darkwings has tried to fight back, but it has not been enough. And as we take another look at this fight, the fact that this is not a winning fight for a Wildcard is crazy. They get so much damage down from Aaron Ott at the beginning, and the Chaos Storm is doing a fair amount as well. But their damage dealers just don't do enough, and as they fall one by one, the flank that comes through from Chime here after Surdy buys infinity time means that there's nothing left for them to do. Darkwing is trying to find any kill he can, almost gets Sajid, but just barely not able to do so.
Nice little divide right there from Quad to secure in and scoop in those final kills. Now FlyQuest, 11k in the lead. They're looking for their victory march quite soon. They are wearing purple. You can see how fast this tower starts to go down when Quad begins to attack. Out comes the ultimate from Winnie. Quad's able to hide behind Shaden to not get rooted up, but Sajed, however, will receive a lot of damage. Falls to about 25% health remaining. Here comes Surdy, has the Meganar ultimate. Hook comes in, gonna be found, and Quacker is gone, and here comes FlyQuest. Alley-oop, throw it up and dunk those bodies down. FlyQuest take two, and they're looking for the end.
And if there is any doubt on whether any team would be able to take down FlyQuest, they find yet another win, improving to 4-0 on the season. Sole possession of first place, having only dropped 2 games this entire season.
And another Meganar coming out from Surdy, as it is just business for FlyQuest. Nexus Tower number 2 falls. A tough fight coming out from Wildcard. Definitely put us on the edge of our seats, but FlyQuest take the series.
We saw some good plays. We saw both sides of Surdy in today's games, the good and the bad. We saw both sides of Quacker as well, and so we still see that there is lots of opportunities. Every single game that has Wildcard in it starts the game off as a 50-50, and it remains that way for so much of it. But this time, Wildcard not able to find their way back in, and FlyQuest with the cleanest game of the series being the final one, as they finally take full control and never give Wildcard an angle back in.
I think that might be one of the longest series that we've had so far on Challengers League. I mean, the first 2 games going past the 40-minute mark, getting close to the 30-minute mark on that last one. But FlyQuest, well fought from them. Definitely fought out a battle of attrition against Wildcard to take that series win. But nonetheless, they take it. And with that, we're going to throw it over a short break. When we return, we'll have Surdy on the other side with an interview.
Introducing the new foot-long sidekicks at Subway. Try the warm and delicious foot-long cookie, foot-long pretzel, or foot-long churro.
Welcome back, everyone, to LCS Challengers. We're joined here by the victorious Surdy of FlyQuest Challengers. Congratulations on your win, man. That was a hard-fought series.
Yeah, it definitely was. The games went a lot longer than we expected, but Wildcard did pretty well. It was fun. You know, every NXL game is pretty fun.
So, first question I want to ask is about that game number 2, because 1 in 3, you were on fire. What kind of happened in that game 2? Talk to me about it.
I mean, we all died. Number 1, right? I had no flash. He had a kill early. That wasn't the reason I died. I died because I canceled the Matrox auto attack because I was like, hey, let's use a new skin today. And it has different sound keys, so I heard it go off in my ear, and then I inputted my other command and didn't get the healing. After that, it was kind of just like very hard draft to play from behind. We were relying on me stomping top for us to be able to play that game.
So it really is just kind of a pay-to-win difference, right? You got to find the right skins, the ones that you're used to.
No, exactly. Like, I should just keep using the other one.
Yeah. We got to talk about the big one. You are the 5th member of St. Louis University, and the other 4 members of that school's team are across from you today. How is it like playing up against a team that you alternate time like scrimming with and practicing with, and then having to play against them on the Rift?
I mean, it's fun. My roommate is Aaron, the enemy team's AD carry, so like obviously we talked a bit of shit to each other before the games, but like all of. I think that we're definitely the best collegiate team, like without a doubt. I mean, that should be shown from how we're all doing in ACL and how they're doing without me. But I mean, it's just fun to play best friends, right? Like I don't think about them being my teammates when I verse them. I think about like how I can beat them. That's all. I think if I overcomplicate it, that's like me doing bad as a competitor, basically.
How's the balance been between going back and forth between playing with St. Louis University and scrimming and doing NACL with FlyQuest?
Well, I don't have time to scrim with the team because, like, with my NACL scrim schedule, like FlyQuest, obviously we're doing really well, so we're scrimming a ton of LCS teams, which means our schedule is then moved back where we're starting our scrims at like 11 PST, and we're doing that 3-block, break 3-block, like the LCS schedule, because we're versing LCS teams every day. And so now I'm done with scrims, and it's about 8 p.m. my time. Everything is closing around me. I haven't been able to play from home because I don't have my computer. I have to order food. I'm gonna like die. And then sometimes we do a 3rd block at night with another LCS team. So there's no chance for me to scrim with them at all. I just show up, we play our matches, hang out with the boys, you know.
Yeah. Now the other part of the schedule then is you have to balance your time as a student and also as a competitor. And you're not the only one. There's a lot of you guys who are currently doing it this year. How has it been trying to manage both parts of the schedule?
If you don't have free time, it's easy. If you do have free time, it's really fucking hard. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm Australian, in my defense. Anyways. But yeah, you can definitely make it work. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. It's just you have a lot less time for other things in your life if you're going to be doing that. Because like I'm out of scrims into schoolwork a lot of the time, and I mean I could kind of like just scoot through when it's easy as, but it's not always that way, you know.
All right, you have any shout-outs before we?
I have one more question. No, I want to one more, Eric.
Okay,
so far, you guys have been undeniably the best team in the league. Is there anyone here who you think will even give you a close series come playoffs?
I mean, you know me. I love to talk a bit of shit. The only team that I thought would be close to us was Supernova, and they stopped booking scrims because they were losing so hard. So we don't scrim them anymore, unfortunately. But I guess that happens when we're like
matchup, right?
What were we like 35-3 in scrims? So I mean,
wow,
I'm lucky.
Wow. Well, I mean, we have a very clear top dog. Hopefully, you guys are able to keep it up for the rest of the season, then.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, you got any shout-outs before we let you
go? Shout out to my boys at SLU, Wildcard. They're going to do really well in collegiate, and I trust they're going to do well in ACL too. Shout out to my roommate, my boy Aaron, my teammates, my coach, my girlfriend with Valentine's Day coming up. Shout out to everybody. And family back home. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it.
All right, Surdy, congratulations on your win today. I want to wish you the best of luck on the rest of the season, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, off that note, we are going to throw it over a short break while we get ready for our second series of the day, Mirage versus Maryville University. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new foot-long sidekicks at Subway. Try the warm and delicious footlong cookie, footlong pretzel, or footlong churro.